Hello, everybody. My name is David Binns. I'm creator of Elite AE Assist. I'm going to give you a walkthrough of all the panels from registration to the end. Yeah, I am not the best communicator, so bear with me if things get awkward every once in a while. But yeah, I'm going to try to give you a full overview of everything and what it can do. So when you first download and open, this is what you're going to see. The speed test is free. That comes with, so knock yourself out as long as you want with that. And then you have just a log viewer, which shows all the logs. And then your preferences, if you need to switch languages before signing up, any of that, you can take care of that there. So yeah, so when you sign up, you're going to hit the account filter, which when you use so that you get the version and build area, it just gives you a snapshot of all the dependencies and its current the current models. You can copy this if you ever need to send it to us for just for troubleshooting. So that way you know exactly what your system has and all of that stuff. So you go down when you first sign up, you're going to go down to the billing section, either monthly or yearly. They both come with a 2-week trial. We'll just do the monthly. Subscribe, and then the subscription window will come up. Let's see. It's your basic. This is all through Paddle. So they run the subscription pipeline. Hopefully I remember to blur this out before I upload, or I'll be changing credit card numbers. Start trial. Good. Didn't get declined. Yeah. So when you get back in, you will hit sync subscription, and then everything comes alive. If you get a license, like for me, you will get you install, it would be a license file, and that's how you would install it. Don't hit clear license. That is bad. You will clear your subscription license as well, and then we will have to troubleshoot and re-sign up, and let's not do that. So cancel. So yeah, we're all signed up now. If you want to cancel, you say this app sucks, you hit manage subscription, your customer portal will automatically come up. And yeah, where is cancel subscription? Right there. They'll ask you, you'll still be able to use it to the end of the billing period, but hopefully you won't cancel. So okay, so we have the speed test. The speed test uses fast.com. It's Netflix's servers. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Test speed. All the panels run independently of each other. So if you wanted to do the speed test and do something else, you could do that. Or if you want the speed test and oops, you want to throw it to the side. Here, let's move you over here. Yeah, it'll go to the side. It'll stop flashing when it's done. We'll go back in there though. Let's do a drive test while the network test runs. So these are both SSD drives to 2, so they should be pretty fast. I like to do the largest size, you get the most accurate test results. So while that's running, go up. Here is the standard Spectrum internet speed. So it shows you your download, your upload, ping, and gives you a timestamp. So unless you reset, you can go away, come back, and you see like when you last ran the time. When you last ran the test, you'll see what time and the date you ran it. Reset that. The drive test, the first one, oh, they're both done now. You will see your test results. Your write, your read, your min and your maxes. Both they're SSDs, so they're fast. They do 5 iterations. Your first one's a warm up, and then you get 4, and it shows you the average, your average write and read of each test. So yeah, so it's a basic. It's not like a benchmark or any like a professional benchmark tool that's going to give you the exact thing, but it gives you an overall view of your drives, so you know what you're running at that moment. So that's about it. Yeah, it's pretty basic. Speed test panel. Move on to the project organizer. Uh, there are a lot of default folders in there, so I apologize for the first time if you need to change this. But if you do, you can, for the default folder, whatever you save as default will be your default. So if you wanted nothing as your starting point, you could just delete everything, save to up, and you would just overwrite. And now, so if I change anything, let's do some. Now, if I hit default, that's my default. If you want that to go back and you wanted all those folders, you can just delete the default and then the old default always comes back. So this is just your basic. It gives you an automatic folder structure. So if I wanted to do something quickly, test output, keep the numbering, generate. So you just get a quick breakdown of your folder structure. Now, I used to use this for Avid when I first thought of this. This was because Avid takes, or Media Composer takes, folder structures inside of its project. So what I would do is I would just have a preset to just do a couple things and say, like, okay, let's go. I wanted to add, let's go add some bins. So sequence template, then GFX, GFX bin, SFX bin, we got music, put that in there too, MX. So first test, let's go at that. So now, if you could actually you could actually send this straight to the Avid project. Actually, let's do that. It's gonna take. So say this is your Avid project. We can bring this over to you. So good. If you don't have a project name, it goes straight to the root folder. So if I wanted this to be in here, and say I wanted a custom folder, I don't know, let's throw in dailies as an example. Folder. You can drag and drop to rearrange, and the number structure will change. Let's add. Let's with today's date. You wanted to add a subfolder, and yeah, say for example, this wouldn't be a template because of the date, but if I wanted to save this, I can now save this as Avid. So now if I want to go default, goes away. Now if I hit this allows you to just asking you if all your assets that you want those attached, you allow it. And then you have your folder structure again with all your assets attached. And say for the destination, there's no project, and this is where I wanted to go. I would hit generate. And I put it in the wrong folder. So let's try this again. Let's try that. Destination is actually the project root. There we go. And now generate. So everything's in there. And say like with those, if you had it on a show and it had repeating things, your bins are already in there and you can just do that on demand. So yeah, I'm for Avid, I think it's great. Or if you just needed to create a project structure in general, it's good for that. I mean, that's pretty much I mean, I'll give you so if you wanted the folder structure and didn't want all of the assets attached, that you just can't, and then you just get the folder structure without the assets. So there's a lot of like safety features just to like, confirm your choices, and that just built in on purpose. That way you don't make a mistake. You're always able to like double check and be okay. This is what I want to do. So yeah, so that's pretty much the project organizer. Actually, I didn't want to do that. It's my test files. Let's get rid of those. So yeah, so let's move on. Reset. And here's what we do. If you want to delete a preset, bring it up, hit the trash, delete. Now it's gone. So, okay, we will move on to ingest. So, actually, I don't need this. So ingest panel. So this does either single source. I can do files or folders. You have your source area, your file handling options. Pretty basic. If you want a flattened structure and that you don't want any folder, you just want all the files that are inside of the folder you choose, you can hit flatten structure and you'll get that. Include extensions, exclude extensions, the verification and logging section just to verify your files, make sure that the source matches the destination, save log, ingest behavior if you want parallel copy, auto threads lets it decide for you what's optimal for your system, or you can turn that off and select up to 10 threads, or you can turn that off and it's only one. I always keep it on auto threads. Watch mode, we will get to that in a moment, but let's do a basic ingest job. So select your source. Let's go to our handy test folders. Just a quick ingest. Ingest. Destination to destination. We'll save the log. And you choose your destination. Let's do a backup because why not? Show you, let's throw this in the downloads folder. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, let's put the backup in the actual destination folder. Okay. So auto create folder just creates a time-stamped folder before. So that would be the root folder. Ingest notes, it just gives you general notes that it saves to the log. So yeah, so let's run this job. Ingest destination and start. So yeah, you get your, let's drop this down. You get your status area. Destination, or other destination. This thing is a mess. Let me shrink you. So yeah, so you get dual copy, your status. Yeah, so you can copy to from one destination. You could or copy from one source, and then you get a destination and a backup with one job. You'll get complete verification logs and all of the whatever your verification method is. You'll get the hashes for that, and it shows that they match. Ingest, just like anything else, if you wanted to do something else, it's like I want to go run a speed test. You can do that. Same time while the ingest is running, you can have those sit to the side. And then when everything's done, you will get this file's not too big, it should almost be done. Uh, yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, forgot. Mr. Log window down here. This is the detailed logs. It can get cluttered, so I have it defaulted as checked off. So once the files are all done, here you get your logs in both the destination and the backup. Your log place. So yeah, your job report, your job ID, your outcome, whether any errors. Yeah, just a general confirmation that everything works correctly. And these are built into into all pretty much all the panels, so you know if it like you get detailed reports, so you'll know what's wrong if something does go wrong. Okay, no, everything done. Okay, so next we're going to show the clone mode of this, and this is a very, I guess, niche thing. And this probably was, I just bought this because so many times, not so many, but the times that source media was not put in like, we needed the folder structure to remain the same, but someone just made their own structure and made their own files trying to help. And then nothing links. So this in clone mode, you would select your source. I'm just gonna keep clearing all this test stuff. So this, let's go with my Kiswart. Ah, there we go. Okay, so for the clone tree, you hit clone mode, show file count. So this enables you to select just the files or the folder structures that you want. So, for example, if I had, how did I lose you? There you go. So say, okay, I just wanted to, this is just an example. So let's go A1. Okay, I just wanted that. So I don't need any A2. Actually, you know what? I need A1 and A3. And for the sound, we can get a little deeper in there. Let's go. I just needed logs for whatever reason for A1. So now I would go same thing. All the other verification stuff works the same. Our destination and start. So what this does, whatever you choose as your source folder, that's going to be your root folder. And this copies just your selected folders. So if you didn't, the check mark means it's copying the folder and the files, and the little hash that just means that that folder is part of the folder structure, and it's not going to call the files within it. So yeah, so it just keeps the exact folder structure that you need instead of copying everything. But it retains the folder path. So yeah, so everything stays linked up and you don't have to worry about that stuff. Yeah, it's probably not, it's not if you need to make a normal ingest, just use the regular ingest. But like I said, for that rare moment, it can do it. That is closed. So we will go to watch mode now. Always fun. So watch mode is just your basic. If you just have a watch folder and you just want to drop files and have it run as it goes, it can do that. So you would go to watch mode, enable watch mode. If you want to have it also copy files that are already in the folder, as well as stuff that's added to it, you would hit process existing files. If you just want it to do the new files, you leave that unchecked. So you select your watch folder. Let's go with the watch folder is do this SSD. And then you choose your destination, that good old destination. And then you start watching. And you get the eyes coming up, means that watch mode is active. It's actively looking for a file. Doesn't see anything right now. So let's add something to it. We'll just do these 3 test files. So the watch folder, it detected. The ones it copies, it's going to make sure every file is stable. And the log, like I said, the log can get jumbled, but it's a good like, what is going on right now? And it'll show you as it goes. So, yeah, all the files are done copying, it should sense that, and once it verifies all the files, it'll start copying. With watch mode, if you have auto, you can't see it right now because it's clocked. If you have ingest behavior, if you have auto goes, it'll do stuff in batches. So as stuff's ready, it'll grab it in chunks. Uh, but then, yeah, you'll see it had the first two as the first batch. So that means test O3 is going to be coming next. It's verifying. It's all your same stuff, your verification methods, all the stuff. If you set, it still applies for watch mode. And yeah, and that's the last one. You'll see it stop. Once you know the files are all copied, you'll see the eyes come back and it'll just start doing the Mr. Blinky watching around again. Yeah. And then once you see that stable, you know that, yeah, it's done watching. All the files are there. So yeah, yeah, if you need watch mode, it's got watch mode. That's, and you can also do the backup if you wanted to watch and back up. It can do that as well. Right. And that is pretty much it for the ingest panel. Same thing goes. Any settings you have, including files, all can get saved as presets. So you need to bring those back up. It's got tooltips for general overview of the panels. And yeah, let's move on. Transcode. The transcode panel uses the FFmpeg encoder. Just a basic encoder. It's not going to compete with media encoder or anything like that. But for your general file encoding jobs, it works perfectly. Select your source. This should be a pretty quick overview. There's not much to it. I think are these the small files I chose? Yeah. So grab all of those. They're all the same. I just made copies of them just for testing and showing purposes. You would choose all your formats. It's got a good variety of formats. Let's go with good old ProRes. ProRes proxy. Whatever options show up are the options that are going to be valid. So there's nothing that you can pick in here that isn't going to have a valid file format. That's basic. If you need to drop a LUT, you can drop a LUT. Match source button up there. Audio. If you need to go audio only, if you do audio only, click that. Different audio settings. Need to preserve the original 8-channel, so I would want to do that. We'll get to the attached caption later. Your verification. You have your two verification methods: duration and frame. And then you have the SSIM PSNR, which is more of a is the picture quality comparable. If you're just making like proxies or changing frame rates or changing the resolution, it won't allow that. It'll revert to duration and frame. And it's got the same thing with watch mode. If you set up certain settings and you add files to it, it will, as you drop files or as files, if you have preserve checked, it will copy those as those are added. Click a destination, good old destination file or folder. And yeah, these are going to go pretty fast. Yeah, bam. Your transcodes, these are just black files. So, but yeah, it works pretty fast. It's automatic depending on your system. It's going to choose the amount of God, can't think of the word. Uh, ingest. Here, this is going to find it here. The threads that are going to throw at the transcode. Thank you, ingest. But yeah, it's your basic ingest for basic transcoding for your audio. If you want to attach captions, you can attach MTC or SCC captions, which are both in beta, but it takes your source file, whatever file you chose. It would probably be your master file, It match sources and wraps it back in MXF, and it attaches a MCC file. It's weird, the limitation right now with the encoder with FFmpeg in the open source version is it takes an MCC, or it takes the SCC file or MCC file. It exports it as an MCC file format on the MXF, but it doesn't show MCC caption ability. So it's not going to show different colors. It's not going to show the as wide as the grid as SCC, or as wide as a grid. So it constrains the captions to SCC format in the MCC file. It's weird. But if that, I'm going to get into a whole another separate broadcast format with the MCC and SCC settings, because it gets a lot deeper once we get into the transcribe panel and all of the QC settings and different options for that. So yeah, that's going to be a whole nother walkthrough. But today I just want to go through the basics. But yeah, it has that ability. So yeah, and that is the transcode panel. It gives good, like I said, you can transcode, have that sitting to the side, run something else. Yeah, let's move on to the transcribe. So, like I said, I'll show you a quick. We're not going to get into everything. We'll export. I'll do export. Do I have a file? I do have a file for this. So if you choose this, there is a lot more in the SCC and the MCC uh, options as compared to the VTT and the SRT. But the transcribe engine, so it has you have three options. You have Whisper X, which is the default. It's it's very accurate. It takes not it's not long, but it's the longest out of all of them. You have Whisper X, Whisper API, which is if you have your open AI API code or API code, you can enter that into the preferences panel, right into here, and that allows you to use the Whisper API engine, which with that you that's the only one that allows translations into another language. So if you don't have that, you have that option, as you can see. I don't have an APIs. We're not going to test that. We're not going to like share that today, but we'll do Lead AI. Lead AI is another built-in one. You can do it like Whisper X. You can both do them offline. They don't need to network. Lead AI is the fastest by far. It's also the least accurate though. So yeah, it's your choice. Uh, you set your file format, what you want. Let's just do a plain text for the first one. And then you have your options, and it shows you here what it should look like. So if you have none, that's what it'll look like. Just a little example of like, what are my settings going to look like? What is this going to be? Uh, Frame rate override. If you need to offset the time code, you can do that. Include speaker names. It's just going to be speaker, but if you wanted that. So let's do start and end. Plain text enhancements. If you want to remove non-speech, like probably hearing me say a lot. Filler words, leading characters, explicit language. Translate, can't use it. It's got a watch mode as well, so if you need to set that up for automation, you can do that. Let's choose a file. Where's my transcription test file? Had to find a free file I could use, couldn't use a lot of the shows I worked on. No ridiculousness. So actually test file, test. Oh, there you are. So this file we can look.
Hi, y'all. What a lovely weather coming our way. So take your swimsuits out and enjoy the weekend.
Okay, let's transcribe it. We'll use Lead AI, plain text, choose destination, good old destination, and let's go. It's fast, as I said. Uh, like, yeah, so you got your transcribe. It's pretty accurate. That one's fast. If the language is clear and the speaking is clear, like Lead AI is great because it's going to be a lot faster than WhisperX. Let's run the same one with WhisperX and I'll show you. It still should be fast. This is a short file, but yeah, it's a little bit longer, but for longer, I mean, for longer material or though it's not as clear, and if you want like pinpoint token, like time code accurate transcription, WhisperX is the way to go. Like accuracy, if accuracy is important, WhisperX. As you can see, for a short thing, it takes a little bit longer. But I didn't choose the time code that time, but that's fine. But yeah, you see, same thing, both accurate and just because we're here, I don't want to do that. Sorry, 1 second. Okay, we'll do a broadcast SEC example. Like I said, I'll get into that at another date because it goes way more in depth. But if you want to, you'd select that format, and then you have. Oh, I closed you. So first, you select where your captions you want. Uh, Gives you the option. So this is your caption box where your captions get appear. Let's do left aligned. Make it to the left. If you need to reduce the size, if you had max, you want it more characters or less, you can adjust that, and that's going to limit the characters per line. The max for SEC is 32, so you can't go larger than that. Also, we'll do 30. Left, all the options, and let's just knock this out. I did WhisperX. Oh, I did WhisperX. So this is gonna take a little longer. But like same thing. If you wanted to run that, and you had another job you wanted to set up while transcribe's going, you can do that. I can might as well. Oh, that was faster than I thought. So with the SEC, you'll have the report. I didn't have edit subtitle after export open, so the SEC, the QC options aren't going to be the same. But say you wanted to view this, you'd open the subtitle editor. You can either drag or oh, click. Sorry, and select your video file. Depending on the file format, it's going to launch it and convert it, and then
Hi, y'all. What a lovely weather coming our way. So take your swimsuits out and enjoy the
so
weekend.
if you want to adjust the editor, open long enough, the panel will come out, and you can adjust your SEC file. So say, like, I don't like her grammar. You need to say, hi, you all.
Hi, y'all. What a
So you needed to move it for the SEC. There was a graphic on there, and it's like,
weather coming our way. So take your swimsuits out and
So I wanted to, during this, a graphic came up for some reason. You can adjust it. So you click to place, do the block. You want to separate the two lines, and you can adjust where the caption is. So when you export it, you export a new SEC, whatever you wanted, and it will export your corrected file path. So you would have the new corrected SEC with your adjustments made. But yeah, it's the SCC and MCC are both in beta. They're limited to like no live captions. and I'm still working on some of the just the other extra features because I want it to be a full on like broadcast caption allow like utility. So I want you to be able to do broadcast, SCC, and MCC captions all in here with the actors with the accuracy you need. So yeah, I mean that's a transcribe engine. It's in very in depth. It's probably I spent a lot of that's one of the things I spent the most time working on, but it works really well. Uh, so let's move on to what are we at, 35 minutes. I'm going to try to get this out in under 45. Let's see if we can do it. Uh, I know you're. So we have the Adobe Automate panel. It's one of my favorites. You can go straight from Camera Card into Premiere Project, proxies, everything's done. It's can do backup, so you can have it as well copied and backup. And yeah, this is one of my this was a tough one to build, but it was one of my I feel the most accomplished. They're actually Adobe. This is built with a CEP panel. Adobe is actually phasing out CEP in the next probably year or so. So this will be updated to the UXP as soon as they have the full functionality with that. They're not there yet, but I will definitely keep an eye on that. But for now, this still works on 24, 25, and 26 with Premiere. And yeah, it's a good automator for just getting your stuff into Premiere. So you're ready to just actually do the organization and getting it ready for the editor. So yeah, let's do a quick job. So say I had some media come in, select all those import options. If you want, you could select whether you want to create Premiere bins or not. If you just want to just bring it into Premiere, you can do that. We're going to do the whole shebang. We'll put the proxies on the SSD. If you have, so you can export media encoder settings and bring these in. You just load the preset. Right here, it's going to show you your preset location on whatever computer you're on. So this is mine. So in Media Encoder, if I put the Media Encoder presets into that folder, they will show into this dropdown when you hit refresh, or you can just load the preset and grab it from anywhere. It's an EPR file. So for this one, we're just going to use the internal FFmpeg engine for making the proxies. And what's cool about this actually can handle mixed rate media. So if you have a bunch of different formats, it's not always great, but it happens a lot. This will switch to the appropriate format so the proxy still attaches. So you don't have to worry about no matter if the file is messed up in there, it's still going to have a proxy made that matches it. You can go to your bins. You can create bins that are going to be ready in there. We'll do, let's say it's dated for that, and then we'll add cam A is a sub bin, and B, cam C, and we don't want a proxy of the example file, so we're just gonna not make one for that. The verification and logging the same as ingest. Save destination, and then I almost forgot the most important part. Actually have Premiere open. So the job's ready to go. So you bring up Premiere. Here is the folder. It won't be open for you the first time. If you need it, you just go to the top, the assist. There it is. So now we are connected. Just get you out of the way. So now, good. Let's go. Oh, so this is perfect. I wasn't connected. So that is my mistake. So you want to have the app connected first. So now that that is connected, open up the again, connect, connect, and now we can start. So This will copy the files, give them a backup if you needed it. Did I not put any of them in the bins? I didn't, did I? Oh, okay. Yeah. I missed a big part, so it's okay. We're going to let this finish. You'll get to see it though. I actually never added the folders to the bins. So we'll let this finish, and then I will actually show you again with the actual correct files into the bin. And just going through the process and making sure everything's proxies are attached, verifying the job's done. So usually in the attached proxies for the FFmpeg, it takes a little bit longer than it would if it was straight from Media Encoder. Come on, so I can show them the same job again because I messed up. Let's switch sides here. But yeah, so always make sure with this you have the Premiere or the assist panel up and connected before you connect Premiere or connect the CEP panel. So yeah, so I mean the job's done. You can see that. So let's do this one more time quickly and not mess up. We're connected still. So we are going to see how quickly I can do this again. Oh, got to get rid of our other files. Sorry, hold on for 1 second. In the proxies folder. This is out of like pride. I have to show you that actually the files go into the folder. So select those again. Destination is going to external. Row there. So now we don't want that one made. Now, so when you drag them, it shows you on to the right of the file of where it's assigned to. And that one's unassigned. We don't want to make proxies for that. File is ready. Got rid of the old stuff. There's the job information. Your log window, if you wanted, that's our first one. And let's go. So yeah, same thing again. Let's get a copy of the files, bring everything in, and this time it actually there. So now it's going to attach the proxies. And yeah, so yeah, you can go. This is like, yeah, it's cool. It's a cool automator to, if you just have the files you don't want to deal with, like, okay, I need to copy, need to back up. Now I need to bring in Premiere, make the bins, do that. You can do it all all in the Assist app. Hit start, and everything is brought into Premiere, copied, proxies made, and ready to go. So yeah, this is one of my favorites. The transcription's probably like the most involved with the AI engines, but this one, especially with Premiere in general, just a lot more friendly with developer involvement, and especially when the UXP stuff starts. That yeah, it's there's a lot of stuff that I have in mind that I want to do as a automation in terms of like an AE media organization aspect. So it's pretty cool. So yeah, so that is the Adobe Automate panel. Let's go. So any of the utilities, this is probably going to be the most least used panel. I actually made this because I had a weird workflow for some reason that I had to get rid of the database files in Avid constantly because like they wouldn't reconnect when I sent it to the editor, and it was annoying. So I built in a way to get rid of those files automatically. Uh, or not automatically. You just have to select a folder. But this is only going to really be useful if you're on like a long-term project that you know always has issues. Because what I would do with this one is I would make sure whatever the problem folder was, I would set a default with that folder's location, and that way we'll do an Adobe one for some of those the preview files. So say like again, this isn't going to be used a lot, but if you have something that's a problem and it's annoying, that this is a way you can just actually I know where it is. Wrong folder. So yeah, so it's like, okay, this folder is always getting full fast. I'm like just nonstop. That needs to be my folder. You can save that preset so that way that path is always going to be there. And then when you just want to clear your preview files, it's going to show you everything that's in there. Up, wrong thing. These are autosaves. So it's going to show you all the autosave files, and you show you continue, and it deleted the autosave files. So yeah, it's really if you like if something's a problem or it's filling up fast and you don't want to keep going back to the Premiere Abbott option, it's a quick way to save a folder path and get rid of those saves as well. It doesn't block it does not touch any of the MXFs or any of your actual folders that you would use for your project, but it also has confirmation screens and everything, so you don't do anything you don't want to. So next we have the log viewer panel is just where you go to see all the job information that you had, uh, the date, whether you want to run like last 7 days, the custom range, if you're just like, I want to search between these days. Uh, it shows you all the logs. You can expand the details so it shows the full line or just go down and search. It shows like, I think 500 is it's the most recent 500. You can export them, choose your export folder, TXT, JSON, and CSV formats. To open the log folder, you just hit open log folder. There they are right there. If for some reason they're gotten really big, you've run a bunch of jobs, there's not a built-in log uh, like controller yet. So when you want to get rid of something, it's not a big deal. You just trash it and your logs are gone. And they will, if I ran a speed test, you'll see the logs they'll start appearing again. So yeah, it's just a basic place to know where like your job information is and have it all in one spot. The preferences panel, the final one, is a general, just the panel overview of like your setups. It's got your your AI API key we went over for the OpenAI Whisper. If it has N8N webhook, this is going to be more integrated in further updates. But for now, if you have N8N or like a webhook integration service, you put your webhook URL in here. They will show in each panel, and it'll bring up another little a section, and that way if you wanted to like set up so it sends the log or the job log to your email or to Slack or to whatever, you could set that up so when the job is done or there's an error, you'll know about it if you're away. So if you have anything automation going and you want to know when the job is done or you're away and like I'm not going to go back to the office till that's done, you could set up an N8N webhook and get that confirmation when everything's ready. In the advanced area, you have your basics. So send crash error reports. So I have Sentry IO built in for crash monitoring. So if you click that and you have like an error or something goes wrong, I'll be able to see it and get that update. So that way, if it's a constant thing I know, I'll be able to fix that. Updates as as a starting off software developer, I wanted to make sure if anything goes wrong that updates can automatically get pushed. So I have my GitHub repo. So once I do an update and once I add a service or add a new panel or whatever, you can go here and check for updates. No updates available. If there is, a download button will show and you can download and it will download and install and restart and you will have the most up-to-date version. For storage and maintenance is the general, so your temp folder, which is a lot of your like the preview, the FF, MPG, the WhisperX, a lot of that stuff that also goes there. If you want to clear temp, make sure, because I do this sometimes. If it says 7, you're just like, why is it nothing clearing? you this controls that. So now I cleared that temp, but I actually recommend having clear temp on startup and clear cache on startup. That way, files they're not important to the running of the app, and it just gets rid of the garbage before you start. There's the Premiere panel, which we went over. If you need to install it, uninstall. Your reset preferences, if you want to go everything back to like how it started from install, there you go. Your light mode and dark mode settings, you can also change the light bulb up here. And then you have all of your different language settings. You have 6 different languages. You can do English, Spanish, French, German, Japanese, and Chinese. And yeah, it switches all the panels. So it's if you have a different language that you're more comfortable in, it can take care of that. So let's go. I am not. I only speak English. I suck. So yeah, back to English. And yeah, report bug button opens up a window. So if anything goes wrong, you want to let me know about something, just fill it in there, and I will find out. Version 1.00, the first one off the assembly line. Lead AE brings up my website if you need to go over anything. Also, this does have a very full help menu. So if you have trouble with anything, bring up the help menu, and it's very in detailed about the different sections. Yeah, it goes deep. So if you have any issues installing different workflows, got license information, you could find it there. So yeah, that is Lead AE Assist. Please let me know. This is made for the users. I want it to update with the users. I want it to, if something's not working, I want to know about it and it can be removed or adjusted. If something needs to be added, I want to know about it. If you have any ideas for new panels or what would help in a workflow, I want to know about it. So I want to add, I want to be able to like, I want to make this like a Swiss Army knife for media and asset management. Just the panel, if you needed to go, you double click the top bar, it goes and chills in the side. And yeah, you can multiple panels at a time. It runs independently of each other. Yeah, it was a lot of work building it, but I feel like it can do a lot and can make some tasks a lot simpler. So yeah, give it a try and let me know what you think. If you have any questions, like you said, email or hit up that section. And yeah, let me know, man. Thank you very much for taking your time, and I will talk to you later. Bye.